So I decided to do a new art series, and I also thought, why not make videos about it and make it into a so let's talk about ... kind of video. So let's talk about racism. So I recently just finished a doula training workshop under Birthday Presents, founded by Jada Shapiro, and our mentor or our instructor was Deborah Pascali-Bonaro.
All my clothes, like I don't have all my...
And they are just truly amazing, and I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it for everyone and everybody. So what is a doula, you might ask? And I will be reading it off from doula.org. Doulas help support new families. Doulas can't talk. Doulas help support new families through the life-changing experience of having a baby. A doula is a trained professional who provides continuous physical, emotional, and informational support to a mother before, during, and shortly after childbirth to help her achieve the healthiest and most satisfying experience possible. And we can't talk about birth without addressing racism, because as a doula in training, I want every woman that I will ever encounter to be able to have the best and most amazing experience they can have during their childbirth. Our training took place July 7, and at that same week, July 3, Shaisha Washington from Brooklyn, New York, had died due to medical negligence at Woodhull Hospital. She was murdered by Dr. Dmitry Anatolievich Shelkov, an anesthesiologist at Woodhull Hospital in Brooklyn. For every 100,000 live births, the U.S. maternal death rate for Black women are 44, while women of other races are 14 and 13 for white women. Black women are 3 times likely to die than white women while pregnant. And this is from CDC. Shaisha Washington, unfortunately, is not the first Black woman that died unnecessarily from complications of childbirth. Talking about Black women and healthcare in America, many of the issues today stems back to the legacy of slavery. The idea that Black people do not feel pain in the same way whites do, which is something that slave owners used to justify whipping and all the other abuse. James Marin was an American physician who was known as the father of modern gynecology. He created the vaginal speculum and pioneered the surgical repair for fistula, which is a complication from childbirth. Okay, so this guy, I just did not like this guy. I just really find it so ironic that a man is the foundation of the modern birthing system. Okay. So you mean to tell me that a man knows more about the woman's body? You know, this is like a whole nother conversation. I want to stay on topic, but it's just like so many things just goes to your mind, and you're just like, who in the right mind thought that was okay. Anyways, how was he able to discover this, you might ask? Well, he had done many excruciating and unethical experiments and surgeries on enslaved women. He believed that Black people did not feel pain and anxiety, which is the most prevalent and dangerous belief in the medical field at that time, which is still lingering in the medical field today. Yes, it's still there, okay? Which is why I feel like we need to discuss this so that we could literally call it out when we see it happening. A book from 1851 entitled The Natural History of the Human Species claimed that the American dark race bear with indifference, torture, and so insupportable to a white man. Talking about the possibility of increased melanin to the skin produced more tolerance to pain. Just the ignorance. There are many studies today about the racial biases in the medical field that shows how Black Americans are undertreated for pain relative to white Americans. Racial bias in healthcare must be addressed and called out there that are dismissing patients reporting health concern and symptoms. Yo, I'm trying to record a video here, y'all so loud. Okay, there are many studies today about Shaisha Washington was only 26 years old and should be holding and caring for her baby right now. She went to the hospital for high blood pressure and kept her there for 2 days without any medicine. She then later died while having a C-section. Her death was completely preventable. This is an article from the Rolling Stones about Shaisha Washington. On July 2nd, Shaisha went to Woodhull Medical Center, a hospital in the bedside section of Brooklyn, for a routine stress test. She was a few days past her due date, and the hospital decided to keep her for observation when they saw that her blood pressure was abnormally high. The hospital ended up giving her pitocin, a medication that causes uterine contractions to induce labor. Asking Shaisha if she wanted an epidural, after some hesitation, she assented. Generally speaking, the maternal mortality rate in the United States has been spiking since the 1990s and is now one of the highest in the developed world. Black women in the United States are disproportionately affected, and like I said before, they are 3 to 4 times more likely to die in childbirth than their white cohorts. And nearly 60% of such deaths are preventable. US is the most expensive country for childbirth. A regular delivery can cost about $11,000, while a C-section can cost up to $15,000. So with that amount of money that everyone is paying, does any of these numbers make sense? Because to me it doesn't, right? It's just so loud everywhere. A freaking ice cream truck. I want ice cream. Oh my gosh. And now a kid wants to buy one. Okay, I'm just gonna talk over them. There is really no reason and excuse for America, a fully developed country, to have these kind of numbers and statistics. Literally, there's no reason for that. This is racism, and this is racial injustice, and these are just one of the systems that we have to break and dismantle, because obviously it is not working for everyone and it is not for everybody. We have to keep having these kind of conversations to be able to educate ourselves more and be able to share information to everyone we encounter, because some people might not even know their own options. Just have to really keep learning, and we have to keep sharing. It's really important to be able to create resources and information that is easy access for everyone. That's basically it for today. We just really have to keep having these kind of conversations, because in order for us to make a change, we all have to work collectively, right? And yeah, that's it. Peace.